Okay. All right. Hi. So this class is designed to just get a little bit more openness, and you'll feel a lot of sensation as we dive into the IT band along the out seam of the legs, or I should really say the side seam of the legs. All right, just a few pretty potent postures will really do the trick. Okay, so when you are ready, come into downward facing dog. And from your down dog, go ahead and just pedal your feet a little bit and let the head and neck relax. So from here, I want you to bend both knees and just let your hips shift to the left. That's going to bring the toes and the knees to the right. And you can let your hips drop down a bit more towards the heels. And come back to center. You might even have to like rearrange the feet a little bit and do the same thing. So lift up onto the balls of the feet, bend your knees, and let the hips shift right. Drop them down. So as your hips go right, your knees and toes are going to the left. Let your hips drop down. Good. And then come back to a neutral position. All right, from here, heels lift nice and high and then drop them back down. So just getting a little bit more flexibility through that ankle joint, getting a pretty meaty stretch for the calves. Good, working into the hamstrings. Take one more breath in. Good, and full breath out. Good, and then heels lift. Knees are nice and soft. Look forward. Step your feet forward. Inhale a half lift. And you can bend your knees a little bit and let your hips kind of shift. I want you to just creep your left foot over to the right so much it's like, you know, when somebody like takes your spot in the bed and you're like, hey, I have no room. So the right foot kind of has to just lift up and cross over. All right, so right leg crosses over left. Let your toes come towards each other and let your heels be really wide. So if you happen to have a block here, you could like do hands on your block. If not, hands to floor. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, fold, and maybe already you're like, if you didn't know where the IT band was, you do right now. Good. Inhale a half lift, just lengthen. And exhale, fold. Good. Again, inhale a half lift. And exhale, fold. Last time, inhale a half lift. And then release. And I want you to step that left leg back and just wiggle your right foot back to the midline of your mat. Drop your knee. Good. Pause, just let the hips be heavy. And then shift your way back and stretch your right leg straight. Now I want you to open up that foot. So it's like a pretty hard flexion and external rotation. And go ahead and take your hands to the right. So you're pulling those toes back like they could tap the calf or the shin. There's a nice twist here happening as well. So keep your hands pressing down and keep rotating the body towards the right, really towards the back edge of your mat. Good. And release. Come on back and step back to down dog. Bend your knees a lot here and let your hips just swivel. All right. Feet step forward. Now it's your right foot that will kind of creep over towards the left, and then I'm going to just cross your left leg over your right. You can bend both knees here a little bit to get that positioning that you're looking for. So it's kind of like my third and fourth toe are touching. The heels are really wide apart. Good. Full breath in and exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Last time, inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Good, inhale. Step that right leg back. You have to redo the left leg, reposition it. And then from your lunge, and make sure you're lungy. So you might have to really swivel on the ball of the right foot to lengthen that leg. Drop the knee and shift your hips back. So as you're doing this, I want you to work towards straight with the left leg. You can keep the knee soft. open up that left foot so the toes reach to the side, and take your hands over to the left. Super active flexion, drawing the toes back towards you. There's a pretty nice twist element here. You might feel that especially on the breath out. Good, come on back. Hands frame your front foot, lift the back leg, and then from here, step up. So step the right leg up and bend both knees again. So I want you to really bend that left knee and work that right leg towards straight. If you happen to have a block, you can put it directly in front of the foot and put your hand on the block. If you don't have a block, left hand on the floor directly in front of the left foot, begin to open up the right arm. Now your gaze can be down, it can be neutral, or you could look up. Good, last breath. And release, rebend your right knee, right hand to the floor or to a block directly in front of the foot, and your left leg is pretty straight. As you reach your left arm up, just think about taking the torso and having the torso more parallel to the floor. Good, and release. All right, from here, inhale a half lift. I want you to send your left leg back. So I'm not mirroring you here because it doesn't work for my brain. So you've got the left hand, left foot down. So what's interesting is if we were to rise up here, we would be pretty stable because we have a certain width between the feet. But what I want you to do is kind of hop that left foot a little over to the right. So it's like we could draw a straight line between the feet. All right, a little bit more weight on that left hand. Pivot both legs like you're coming into like a side plank. So we're in the pinky toe edge of both feet. So getting that pretty deep opening here, if you want, go ahead and stretch the right arm up. Good, I'm letting my hips, it's like I'm getting deeper opening by letting the hips sink a little bit more towards the floor. Good, and release. Good, step it back to down dog, bend both knees. And now left foot is forward, and just look at the back foot. You can hop that back foot a little more to the left so you can kind of draw a straight line to both feet. The right hand plants. At the same time, pivot on the pinky toe edge of both feet. So I've kind of worked my left foot. I've heel toed it to a better position for more comfort. And reach the left arm up. And so this is a really different position to be in. It's kind of like a hover of the right hip. It's hovering at the left thigh. Good. And release. Walk your left foot in. And then step up. So step the right foot up to meet your left. Find a half lift. Fold. And strong legs. Come all the way up to stand. Arms out, around, and up. And exhale, release. Okay, so we don't often think of like a standing side bend as a way to open up the IT bend, but it's really going to get into that upper part of the hips. So from here, I want you to cross your left leg over your right. Reach your arms up and take your right hand and clasp your left wrist. Take a breath. And as you exhale, side bend to the right. Good, inhale, center. And release, undo the legs. We'll do the same thing other side. So right leg crosses over left, arms are up. Use your left hand to grab the right wrist and side bend to the left. Good, inhale, come on up and release. Okay, stepping back to the top of your mat, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms out, around, and up. Exhale, fold. Good, inhale, a half lift. Soft knees, exhale, downward facing dog. So from here, I call this down dog IT band. So I just want you to think about like the low body and exactly where you are here, because that's going to stay the same for the left side. So lift your heels, soften your knees, look forward. You're going to step that right foot outside the left pinky. Ideally, it comes up in line with it. So pinky finger, pinky toe. Keep the left leg exactly where it was in down dog. And we just work on kind of using time really to get deeper into the IT bend. So let the head and neck relax. It's okay if your right knee is bent. In fact, That's like pretty common. Good. Take one more breath and just elongate. And then step it back. Downward facing dog. All right, same thing other side. So heels lift, knees are soft, your gaze is forward, you know where you're going. Left foot steps outside, right pinky. So we've got like pinky toe, pinky finger. And the back, where you're kind of on the ball of the back foot, you might even engage through that left quad. Good. Spine is long, full breath. And full breath out. Good. And then slowly release. Back to your downward facing dog. Good. Head and neck just relax. Take a full breath in. Exhale. Drop to your knees. Take them nice and wide. Shift your hips back. Coming into child's pose. And I will leave you here, so please stay as long as you would like.